California renters could be hit with a bigger bill starting this month. Tenants in some areas could see an increase of up to 10%.
Joining us to explain is LA Times affordable housing reporter Liam Dillon. Liam, thank you so much for being with us. So tell us, why is this rent increase happening in some areas?
Right. So I think first there's sort of the underlying demand, right? I mean, people are starting to come back to central city areas this far into the pandemic, but also there's the buzzword that everybody knows, which is inflation, and that's really driving a lot of these rent increases across the state.
So we want to ask you this: is this just a SoCal thing, or is this happening all throughout the state?
So this is across California, and in fact, there's a state law that actually caps the rent increases at 10%. And so without it, it could even be even more, given how much demand is continuing to increase, and also how much inflation is going up. Without this cap, it could even be even further than 10%.
Yeah, I mean, 10% is pretty substantial. So are all types of apartments subject to the increase?
Well, that's the thing, millions across the state are, but it really depends on where you live. And in fact, if you live in the city of Los Angeles, you're more likely than not to face any rent increase at all. And that's because if you're living in a rent-controlled apartment and 3/4 of the apartments in the city of LA are, you're, again, under city rules, not allowed to have any rent increase until next summer at the earliest. And so it really does depend on where you live to and how old your apartment is, frankly, to see if you are allowed to have any kind of rent increase.
Yeah, I was certainly one of those people super nervous about this increase going into effect. So I re-signed my lease immediately once I got the option to do it just a couple of weeks ago, because I was really nervous. So if people are like me and they're nervous about, am I one of the people who could be affected, where can they find out if they're subject to this rent hike?
Right. So I think, first of all, most folks are. So that's just, you should think of that as a baseline, is this probably will affect me. But what you should do is there's a website that a tenant advocacy group put together called Tenants Together, and they list what cities around the state have rent control. And so that's the first place to check. At the LA Times a few months ago, I wrote a story that if you live in the city of LA, you should be able to sort of a step-by-step guide to see whether you're eligible for rent increase or not. And then I think you just kind of have to check with your local city or the county. They're the ones who should be able to sort of specifically guide you through, but it is kind of a bit of a thicket out there, and you kind of have to do some research to see what's allowed and what's not.
And what about beyond this rent increase? Will this be a one-time thing, or is it ongoing?
Right. So this 10% cap is for the entire year starting August 1st. And then every year that number resets depending at 5% allowed plus whatever some inflationary figure is. And so we'll know, next summer what next year's portends, but 10% for now across the state, millions of apartments, it is certainly going to hit a lot of tenants pretty hard.
So the tenants are going to be hit pretty hard, but at the same time, when you talk about inflation, landlords are also being hit hard with costs about maintenance and repairs. What have you been hearing from the landlord side of things, the housing associations?
That's right. So landlords are saying, look, the inflation is really affecting us. It costs us more for gas, costs us more for maintenance, costs us more for all these sorts of things. And so we need this rent increase to be able to pay our bills. And I think in a lot of places, there have been kind of overlapping eviction protections that have really hurt landlords, as they've said as well. And so, having this ability to raise rents is, they say, really helps them to pay their bills when they've been struggling to do that during the pandemic.
Well, and have you done any reporting on how this kind of gels with the eviction moratorium? Like, how are we talking about these rent increases, in the context of the moratorium?
Yeah, I mean, again, this gets very complicated very quickly because all these rules have been changing over time. Sometimes there's been, very strict prohibitions against evictions, and now most, if not all, except in parts of LA, have lapsed. And so you really need to be checking with your city at this point to sort of see what protections affect you. And that's really the best advice that I can give.
So I'm curious, are people watching right now what's happening with inflation? If inflation goes down, maybe my rent won't go up, or should people still be, maybe on the pessimistic side and probably be ready for increases?
Yeah, the 10% is what is going to be allowable between this August and then next August. That's already locked in, right? Well, if inflation goes down, then you may see an allowable increase that would be less than 10% starting next August. But because inflation's been so high over the past year, we're locked into this allowable 10% for an entire year. across the entire state. And usually it varies depending on what inflation is in different parts of the state. But because inflation is so large everywhere, that's where you get the 10% cap.
Yeah, and important for people to know as they negotiate what they are paid, hey, inflation is this, my rent could go up that. So you got to increase my pay subsequently.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for being with us. Really important information. And to find out if your area is impacted by the August rent hike, visit tenantstogether.org. And for more from Liam, check out his podcast. It's called Gimme Shelter, the California Housing Crisis Podcast. We'll be right back.